Okay, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Terrence Keneally. I'm the General Counsel of the Steamship Authority. We're here today to conduct a public hearing on the application of Offshore Tug Transportation LLC to operate a licensed freight service between New Bedford and Nantucket. Offshore proposes operating a freight service 2 to 3 days per week from New Bedford to Nantucket, with the authority's former freight vessels that OTT or Offshore purchased in 2024. This hearing is conducted pursuant to the authority's licensing policy of private vessels that provide transportation services to the islands. Under the terms of that policy, management staff is to conduct a hearing to gather facts and information so that we can make recommendations to the authority's board consistent with the licensing policy. Today, we wish to give everyone an opportunity to be heard. To make sure that we can do that, we ask people to be respectful of other people, their time, and provide statements that are brief in nature and to the point. In the end, we wish to compile any and all information that is pertinent to our analysis and our recommendations to the board. The authority will also consider written testimony that is submitted regarding the proposed service. We ask that written testimony be submitted as soon as possible after today's hearing to ensure that it's timely considered. Written testimony can be emailed to myself or General Manager Bob Davis. And with that, I'm trying to see if you have any public servants on the call. It doesn't appear that we do. I see Mr. Raney, I see Mr. Jones from our board. I see Ms. Rose from OTT or Offshore. I guess we have to figure out what we're going to call the service or the company, but I've been going with either one of those. So I don't see any public servants on there. So why don't I open it up and we'll bring Abby over and maybe she can give us a quick overview of the request and what Offshore is looking to do. And then we can then proceed with anyone else who has comments after that. So Sean's just bringing Abby over right now. Oh, so forgive me, I'm a little remiss here. So it's myself and Sean Driscoll here on the second floor of the authority's admin building. So Abby, can you hear us there?
Yes, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I'm gonna pump up the volume, I guess, a little bit here.
Sorry for the.
Yeah, Sean's got, all right. So yeah, so the TV's over here to my right, so you're gonna be dealing a lot with my left profile. So anyway, you have the floor, Abby. So why don't you give us a little overview of what the license request is, and maybe add. And I would know we posted the your responses to the website along with the hearing notice. But if you have anything you want to add, or now's the opportunity. So.
Okay, great. I'll start off by, my name's Abby Rose. I'm with Offshore Tug and Transportation. We're an offshoot of Robert B. Our company, as many of you are familiar with. My cousin Robert and our operations manager, I think, are a little tardy, but they should be popping into that room at any moment. We are requesting consideration for a licensing agreement for freight transportation of larger equipment, solid waste or recyclables from Nantucket on the new freight vessel now named Tom Nevers, which was formerly the Gayhead, to New Bedford. So we sent a proposal with proposed arrival and departure times. We were hoping to do a 2 to 3 day a week service. Primarily, we'll take it slow, but primarily focused around activities we're already doing. We're already hauling with our tug and barge service. We're looking to kind of transform that a little bit to be more economically feasible.
Okay.
It's hard to tell if there's other people in the room, so I don't know if this is a question and answer thing, but if anybody has anything, I'd be more than happy to.
Yeah, I think so it's just myself and Sean here in Falmouth, so. I think what I'll do is I can probably ask a few questions and then, we'll bring people over onto from the Zoom attendees and, ask questions that way and bring you back and forth if they have questions or if they just have comments. We can go in that direction. So it's a little bit of a free flowing, just a conversation and hearing, just try to get people to get their thoughts out and so we can talk about it and put it, like I said, into the calculus as we review it for our board. So you mentioned that you're looking to move solid waste and recyclables from Nantucket to New Bedford. And then you also, you do barging right now to the island. And that's mostly aggregate and equipment, correct?
Currently, it is mostly aggregate equipment. We do some modular homes and large loads, or we also haul quite a bit of mulch and shells over the island.
Okay. So with that, would you be using would you be pivoting from the tug and barge of the aggregate and the equipment to using the vessel to do that rather than the tug and barge?
We are going to try and do as much as we can by vessel and reduce the tug and barge.
Okay. Got it. Okay. Okay. So the COI right now for the vessel is issued by the Coast Guard already? Is the boat already?
We don't have the official document. It is close.
Okay. So you're still waiting for the Coast Guard on that. We know how that works.
Yeah.
So that's part of being a vessel owner. Okay. I don't have any other questions right now. So why don't I open it up to folks? So if folks have questions or concerns, if you could raise your hand by pressing the *9. Or the raise your hand icon on the Zoom, you can *9 on your phone or the raise your hand icon on the Zoom, that would be great. And I'm not really seeing anybody raising their hand or.
No.
Okay. All right. Going back to Abby, you mentioned that, do you anticipate other people to be here or?
My cousin Robert and our operations manager were en route. I'm surprised they're not there already, but they're probably close.
Abby, what are the names I should be looking for? This is Sean, sorry.
Hi, Sean. Robbie Hour and Mike Hallam.
Okay, I don't see either of them. I probably could have figured out it was Robbie Hour, honestly, sorry.
That's
I
okay.
could have sorted that out.
Okay. All right, well, I mean, I don't see much else. I mean, I mean, for us, we're obviously familiar with the vessel. We're obviously familiar with how she operates. We're also familiar with Robert B. Hour, because of, we work with you folks on a number of different things. And so, I mean, right now, I think what we're gonna do is take the ask, maybe come back with some more questions. Quite frankly, I haven't had a chance to sit down with our operations staff. I briefly looked at the proposed schedule, seeing how you folks are trying to fit it in to the Nantucket terminal schedule, and I appreciate that. So we have to take that and look at that as well. The other factor I would think is looking at the aspects of the barging service and how that's gonna work. And also try to get a sense of, do you have a sense of as to whether or not it'll be full loads on the boat, or is it gonna be something you're gonna build up over time? And I guess we're trying to get a sense of what the demand would be.
I think it's something that's going to build up over time. Hopefully, I mean, quite frankly, we're taking the approach that, this is predominantly, to fill our services and needs, and there will be some adders, but we'll take it as it comes. I'm honestly not quite sure what to expect.
Okay. Okay, any time frame on the COI on the boat?
I was told it's imminent,
Okay,
but your guess is as good as mine.
okay, I'm familiar with that too. Okay, so I understand. Okay, all right, with that, I mean, I don't really have much else, that I need to have. The purpose of this is to try to give people an opportunity to ask questions. I see Mr. Jones is raising his hand. And I would ask Bob if we could hold off asking questions until we present it with the board. That would be great. Or we could take his question at another time, because again, I don't want to implicate the open meeting law in any way during the hearing. Because I see a few other folks here on the panel that I don't want to get into any open meeting law issues. Okay, have you, real quickly, have you spoken with folks on Nantucket about the solid waste and the recyclables?
Yes, we have. We have had some conversations with the town, as well as their operator of their transfer station now. And we enclosed 2 letters of support from
Yeah.
them.
Yep, I did receive those, and that will become part of our packet to the board in the Port Council. Again, we'll talk about this again with the Port Council initially it's already next Tuesday.
I know.
Yeah.
The 3rd, and then
I'll be there in person.
Yeah, and
Okay.
then the intent there is to then have another discussion with the board on the 17th, right? Yeah, 2 weeks, so it'll be the 17th of
Okay,
June.
and that one's in person on Nantucket, correct?
There's a Zoom option also, Abby, so we're live and in
Yeah.
person for everything, so it's
Okay.
there is an in-person option, but you could also do it virtually, it's up to you.
Okay.
And that way we capture as much as we can, so. Okay, so that kind of addresses what's going on islands, and so with regards to the solid waste and the recyclables, is this open containers, or are we talking trucks with open containers, or is it containerized, or how is it taken off island, if you guys have an idea on that already?
Yep. It's so, just to be clear, it's not trash. It's all recyclables, C&D tires, metal, stuff like that. So it'll all come off in covered trailers, and
Yeah.
some of them will come off also in covered containers.
Okay, and you folks will be, obviously have the trucking, and they'll just drive on, head off to New Bedford. When you get to New Bedford, what happens there with the trucks?
They drive off and exit the facility. There's no staging or storage.
Okay. And that's your facility there?
Correct.
Okay, I think I'm familiar with where that is. Okay. Have you been and you mentioned in your letter that you've had talks with the folks in New Bedford, is that right?
My cousin Robert has.
Okay, all right. And based upon the statements that I saw, that's been somewhat well received, or how do you understand the city of New Bedford's position on it?
From my knowledge, it's been well received.
Okay. Great. Okay. All right, so it sounds like it's somewhat in its infancy, and we're gonna see, it's kind of let's try to build it and see if they will come. And in the meantime, what you're looking to do also is to supplement or change your own operations to bring the aggregate and the equipment over with I'm sorry, I still have to call it the gay head, but
Yes, it's okay. We were sad to have to drop the name.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of issues with that, but anyway,
Yeah, we tried to do it justice with another historical island name, so.
yeah. Okay. All right, well, I don't see anyone on the Zoom with their hand raised still, so, if anyone has any questions, I'm getting to the point where I think I've got enough here to review all materials that Offshore has submitted and enough to talk with our operations staff about the proposed service and try to piece this together. And again, I think if there's questions that come up, we can, from now until Tuesday, and then again, before the board meeting, we can try to have that dialogue. But again, really the purpose of this is to try to give folks an opportunity to be heard if they want to be. And again, don't see anyone raising their hand, so I'm gonna give it the, do you have anything else you want to add, Abby, before we conclude?
Not at this time, but I'm available if there's any questions or comments during the review process. And I'll look forward to attending on June 3rd.
Okay, assuming Sean doesn't have anything.
I am all set. Thank you.
Okay, so with that, I think we'll conclude the hearing. And like I said, I'll start putting some more information together with our operations staff so we can talk to the Port Council. And I'm sure they'll have some questions for you and some back and forth, particularly, you know, the port communities that are affected, you know, with Mr. Trump, Mr. Carr and Mr. Lowell from Nantucket, so. All right, so anyway, with that, I guess we'll close the hearing and unless, again, one last time, going once, going twice. 3 times. Okay, I don't see any hands, but okay, I appreciate it, Abby, and thanks for taking the time, and well, I guess we'll see you on Tuesday, either virtually or in person.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, take care now.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for your time. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.